Quitting of coffee is a thing on the carnivore diet. Last year around this time, all I was getting, I want to be on the carnivore diet, but I will continue drinking coffee. Now, I want to quit coffee. Can you help me? So let's talk about coffee withdrawals, because there are a lot of them and they are painful. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Sylvia and I'm a carnivore diet coach. So the very first symptom of caffeine withdrawal is massive headaches, and they usually start about 1 hour to 2 hours after you miss your scheduled cup of coffee, and they could be all around your head, sometimes behind your eyes, sometimes you can actually hear ringing in your ears. Some people experience typical migraine headaches with all the migraine symptoms. So it is quite painful, quite severe, and it will persist anywhere from a week to 2 weeks. Many people deal with these headaches by taking off painkillers. I personally didn't do it because of my issues with gut permeability, and by then I knew that painkillers are one of the main contributors to increased gut permeability, and I was on the journey to actually reverse it, and that is also why I decided to quit coffee. So this wasn't an option for me. So the way I was dealing with these headaches was to get extra rest, nap throughout the day, and then drink plenty of water with electrolytes, but that's about it. Sleepiness is also a universally experienced symptom of caffeine withdrawals, and the mechanism is quite simple. Caffeine blocks adenosine receptors in your brain, so over time, if you consume coffee daily, your brain will grow some extra receptors. So if you deprive your body of coffee, then all of a sudden you have this excess of adenosine receptors that signal to your body a sensation of being tired and needing to relax. So then you will be extra sleepy. I was experiencing so much yawning that it was almost embarrassing. I had to yawn every 30 seconds or so. I recommend that if you're planning to quit coffee, do it on the weekend so that you have plenty of time to rest. Don't make any crazy plans for your weekend, and even take some days off during the week. It will be a lot easier to get through the sleepiness. Your motivation will be also gone once you quit coffee. There is no accident that just about every office has free coffee. They know what motivates people and keeps them going. So yes, caffeine will stimulate your central nervous system along with your adrenals, so you will feel a burst of motivation, energy, and focus when you drink coffee. Of course, in reasonable amounts, otherwise it can have the opposite effect. But it's not like you will not be motivated ever again. It's just that it will take time for your body to get back to its new normal. Typically, when you drink coffee for a really long time, you really are drinking it just to be on the regular baseline, functioning optimally as if you would have if you weren't drinking coffee at all. So it's really temporary, so don't think you won't get anything done ever again in life. You will. And let's talk about brain fog, because it happens to so many people as well after they quit coffee. And it is also related to the excess of adenosine receptors in your brain. You just have too many of them for the time being. And you may experience extreme brain fog. Mine was really bad, and it lasted for a really long time. It was like well over a month. I was just unable to think, or so I thought, and I had to really use all of my willpower to try to get anything done, anything productive anyway. And this withdrawal symptom surprises a lot of people. Your bowel movement routine will change, and that's because caffeine can also stimulate the muscles in your gut to move stuff faster. So when you quit coffee, caffeine will go away, so your body will have to learn again how to contract these muscles in your gut without the presence of caffeine. So on average, it takes 7 to 10 days that you will be experiencing symptoms of constipation, but after that, your body figures out there's no more caffeine, so I gotta just start moving things through the gut on my own. Irritability and lack of patience is another symptom of withdrawals from caffeine. And you'll notice it a lot, especially if things don't go your way, because you put so much effort and force yourself to stay focused and get things done for the day without caffeine. And when things don't go your way and kids are screaming, you will feel extra irritable. I don't have a good solution for that other than just power through it and know that it will end at some point. And last, but definitely not least, let's talk about mental aspects of being addicted to coffee. This one lasts the longest and is probably the most difficult one to get rid of. I personally don't think I got rid of this habit ever, because I stopped drinking coffee right at the beginning of the lockdowns. And a few years later, I still miss the ritual of making the coffee in the morning. The smell of it, the body movement of preparing of coffee, also planning of my day in the morning, or just going to a cafe with my friends and discussing things over a cup of cappuccino. I still miss it, and my workaround this ritual is to make coffee alternatives. And I will link in the description box some of the things that I've tried. And for those of you that are on the carnivore diet and are looking for carnivore substitutes for coffee, I have a whole video dedicated to this. I will link it in the description box as well. Check it out. As you see, quitting coffee is a no small undertaking, and there are a lot of unpleasant symptoms to put up with. And so if you go on the carnivore diet at the same time, withdrawing from carbohydrates is quite similar. So those symptoms can compound and make it a lot more difficult. So a lot of people fail that try to give up coffee and go carnivore all at the same time. So if this is you, try the following. Either quit coffee before you go carnivore, or go carnivore, continue drinking coffee, and then let's say 3 months down the road, maybe 6 months in some cases, quit coffee and then enjoy being on 100% carnivore diet. Alright, so this will do it for this week's video. If you would like to check out my coaching program, I will link it in the description box of this video. And in the meantime, if you haven't yet subscribed, hit that notification bell, and I will see you in my next video.